Hey guys, this is Anali and I am back with a new tutorial. This tutorial we will be discussing a problem regarding motion. So guys, before that, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notification about the newly uploaded videos. So the problem consists of the 20 kilogram block which is placed on the horizontal ground with a coefficient of the friction as 0.5. Now a variable horizontal force is suddenly applied which starts from 0 and reaches to 200 Newton in 5 seconds, and it suddenly drops to 100 Newton and remains constant for further 3 seconds. We need to calculate the maximum velocity reached by the block as well as the total time during which the block is in motion and the total distance traveled by the block. So first of all, let us note down the data in the graph form. So it has been given that the force starts from the 0 and reaches to 200 Newton in, so let us say this is 200 Newton in 5 seconds. It suddenly drops to 100 Newton and remains constant for further 3 seconds. Okay, so for this much graph, for the first 5 seconds, the force as a function of the time can be given as y equals to mx plus c, and the slope is nothing but change in the y coordinate divided by change in the x coordinate. So f is equals to 40t as c is equals to 0. So the force in the function of the time is given as f equals to 40t, but f is nothing but equals to mass into acceleration. So mass into acceleration, that is nothing but 40t. So acceleration comes out to be 40t divided by mass, that is given as 20. So acceleration is nothing but 2t. Okay, now when no force is acting and only frictional force is acting on the block, the unit can be given as Fr equals to mu into r, where r is nothing but mass into gravity. Okay, mu is given as 0.5, so placing the value we will be getting 0.5 into 20 into 9.81. So we will be getting it as 98 Newton, nearly 98 Newton we will be getting the frictional force. And when no another force is acting, then the frictional force is also equals to mass into acceleration. So the value of acceleration comes out to be 98 divided by 20. So it is nothing but equals to 4.9 meter per second square. Now, if the force is acting along the positive x direction, then the frictional force will definitely act along the negative x direction. That means if this is acceleration, then this will be definitely deceleration only. Hence, the acceleration for this force will be acting in the x direction, positive x direction. So for the frictional force, the acceleration would act in this direction only. So the net acceleration acting on the body can be given as 2t minus 4.9. Okay, so now acceleration can be written as dv divided by dt, that is equals to 2t minus 4.9. So dv is nothing but equals to 2t minus 4.9 into dt. We would be integrating, so v equals to integral 2t minus 4.9 dt. Final limit, that is known as 5 seconds, but initial limit we don't need to take 0 second, as the motion won't start at 0 second. Initially the force would start to increase, and once the force overcomes this frictional force, the motion will begin. So we need to determine the time at which the motion will begin. So time at which motion starts. So when this force is equals to the frictional force, the motion will start. So F is equals to Fr. So 40t, that is equals to 98. So the value of t comes out to be 2.45 seconds. So here the lower limit will be 2.45 seconds and not 0 second, as the motion won't start after direct application of the force. So integrating, we will be getting somewhat like this: v equals to t square minus 4.90, and placing the value as 2.45 and 5, we will be getting the value of velocity as 6.5 meter per second. Okay, now we are also having the constant in the equation, that is v equals to t square minus 4.90 plus c. Okay, so at t equals to 2.45 second, the value of velocity is equals to 0. Okay, so 0 is equals to 2.45 square minus 4.9 into 2.45 plus c. So the value of c comes out to be 6.0025. So placing the value in this equation, we will be getting the equation of the velocity as t square minus 4.90 plus 6.0025. Okay, now again v can be written as dx divided by dt, that is equals to t square minus 4.90 plus 6.0025. So we need to determine the distance traveled during the first 5 seconds. So the motion will start at t equals to 2.45 seconds. So the lower limit will be 2.45 seconds, upper limit will be 5 seconds. So x is nothing but integral 2.45 to 5 t square minus 4.90 plus 6.0025 into dt. So solving this, we will be getting the value of x as 5.53 meter. Okay, now for the second part, that is for the t equals to 3 second. So for t equals to 3 second, the force is nothing but equals to mass into acceleration, and the force is given as 100 Newton. So 100 equals to 20 into a. So the value of a comes out to be 5 meter per second square, and there is a frictional force acting that is having the magnitude of 98 Newton, due to which acceleration is produced, that is minus 4.9 meter per second square due to frictional force due to Fr. So the net acceleration will be somewhat a net is equals to 5 minus 4.9, that is equals to 0.1 meter per second square. Okay, now we are applying the law of the motion, that is v equals to u plus at. So u is given as 6.5 that we have obtained, plus acceleration that is 0.1 and a time that is 3 seconds, so into 3. So we will be getting the value of v as 6.8 meter per second. Okay, now we are applying another law of the motion, that is x is equals to ut plus half at square. So u is known, that is 6.5, time that is 3 plus half into acceleration that is 0.1 and 9. So we will be getting the value of x as 19.95 meter. Okay, now after t equals to 3 seconds, there will be no force acting on the body, but definitely the frictional force would act on the body, as if the motion is in motion and suddenly if the force stop acting on it, then the body will continue its motion. Okay, so for the third part, when only frictional force is acting and no external force is acting on the body, so acceleration is nothing but equals to minus 4.9 meter per second square. So for third part, and v equals to 0, that is final velocity would come out to be 0, and initial velocity is nothing but 6.8 meter per second. So applying the law of the motion, that is v equals to u plus at, we would be getting 0 equals to 6.8 minus 4.9 into time that we need to determine, so t. So the value of t comes out to be somewhat 1.38 second. Now similarly applying another law of the motion, that is x equals to ut plus half at square. U is known, that is 6.8, time that we have determined as 1.38, acceleration that we know as minus 4.9 meter per second. So placing the value of all the known terms, we would be getting the value of x as 4.71 meter. This third part we have considered because let us assume that this body is under motion under application of this force, and if suddenly this force stops, then also this body will continue its motion till the frictional force overcomes the acceleration, means the acceleration of the frictional force, acceleration produced by that of the frictional force overcomes the acceleration that has been given with the help of this force. Okay, so we have considered this third part. So the total to determine the total distance traveled by the block, we need to add this three distance. So the total distance is equals to 5.53 plus 4.71 plus 19.95. So the total distance comes out to be 30.18 meter. The total time, that is motion, that is total time, that comes out to be 6.93 seconds. That is determined by 5 minus 2.45 and plus 3 and plus 1.38. So the total time comes out to be 6.93 seconds. And the maximum velocity reached by the body is 6.8 meter per second. Okay, so guys, that's all from my side. If you have any doubt, do comment in the comment section, and thank you guys for watching this video.